Okay, we're coming to you live from Brandyn Ferguson's office here this afternoon, just to get a chance to say hello to everybody, at least digitally, and to talk a little bit about our upcoming assignments for our previous May Leadership Journey Summit that we were to hold here this month. And so Brandyn and I are here just to say a few words and to give you some encouragement, but also give you a little bit of feel for what the program is going to be all about. I thought I would start by saying clearly, since the last time we were together in January, a lot has changed, no doubt about it. We weren't expecting to have to be doing this like we're doing it. We expected to be coming together again, but okay, we're not. We didn't expect and ask for something like this to be given to us and put in our laps, but we're going to make the best of the situation. And quite frankly, I think being able to go through learning as we're constantly learning and continually learning and doing that without having a summit, I think is a good opportunity for us to see how that goes. And Brandyn will touch a little bit his thoughts on that here in just a second. But I think what is important, even though we can't be together, is that we're still committed to our learning and our development. I think that's the message I would like to send, is just because we're not doing a summit, nobody should think that we've stopped investing in our growth and our development as leaders to do that. So this is an important part of the program. We want to make sure that everybody participates as it's outlined. Work with our buddies that's going to be there. Check out the videos that everybody's making. I think we had 17 people do videos. We're very anxious to take a look at those. I'm excited to see what your topics are and how you present those. So we'll check back in afterwards. So Brandyn, I know you want to touch on the learning in between summits.
Yeah, first of all, we tried to talk Kit out of having this much to do, and we lost. So sorry, everybody.
That's right, it's not our fault.
No, we're kidding. It actually is going to be very natural, very cool. Yeah, thanks, Todd. The learning and development is what it's all about. And at the summit, certainly some learning and development occurs, but that event in and of itself, it has a lot of purpose, a lot of meaning. We're closing out some things that we've been working on up to that point. We're launching some new things. We're having some fun. We're learning from outdoor or outside speakers and guests and things like that. But ultimately, we're going to get all that accomplished without an actual event. So when we think about it, I was kind of thinking, trying to relate this to my personal life, learning and development. On this case, we're talking about leadership learning and development, and maybe even emotional and those types of learnings. But think about it from a personal side. Weight loss, in this case, is something that I always is a constant thing. I'm always learning about nutrition and food and exercise and that. And so I don't have to wait until I go to the doctor. If the doctor's office visit is similar to a summit, I don't learn about food or weight loss or myself at a doctor's visit. Certainly there's accountability, there's information, maybe there's a prescription or some encouragement. But it's the day in and day out things that I do, just like when we're day in and day out at work or with our colleagues, learning, developing, solving problems. All of those things can and will still occur. A cool thing is we have a buddy system this year that we're plugging in that Kit had the idea of. So I kind of look at that as meeting with my buddy will be kind of like getting on the scale, taking a look. What have I learned? What are the results so far? What are the outcomes of me processing these principles and psychology of change and looking at my biases and my unconscious assumptions and all those things. So we still will get everything done that we need to do. We're just missing one doctor appointment. So that's kind of how I'm looking at it for now.
Exactly. And I think by the looks of it, you need a haircut too.
Yeah.
I think you better get in as soon as you can.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't mention this, but yeah, this has to go soon.
Yeah, for me too. And Kit behind the camera, he could use a little fresh up on that as well. But no, I think we're looking forward to doing this in this manner and seeing what we learn together. And I'm looking forward to the time that we can spend continually learning. I will say too, the other thing we didn't mention is that we have 13 people working with Brett Savage on a coaching experience now for the next 12 months, and I'm fortunate to be part of that and looking forward to that, experience. And for me, my first session starts with Brett tomorrow. So I'm looking forward to spending a couple hours with Brett and getting a handle on that. And should be noted that of the 13 people, 3 are rep people. Vector has 3 people, Jared and Gene Beebe and Jeff Hirschberger are all going to be participating in that as well. So certainly part of that message is we are continually taking our personal development, and especially us as leaders, that development seriously. Even in a time where we could be making different decisions on where to invest our time and certainly our investment dollars, we continue to invest in us and our team, and that's a message you guys should all take away, that we continue to see that seriously and take that seriously. Even in a tough time like we're doing, that's still a commitment, which helps us all. And ultimately, we want to be better to take care of our customers. And I think we can all get better in this crisis period of time for sure.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I agree, Todd. And for me, it comes down to unlearning and relearning. What are those things that each of us has to unlearn? Whether it's we're stuck in phase 2, maybe, that you're talking about with the Brett Savage, and how do I become a better phase 3 leader? Maybe it's still we're still trying to process on a personal level those principles that we learned in the LEAD program. What do we have to unlearn to fill that void with a new principle, a new truth, a new absolute? So here's my encouragement to all of you, and I live by this myself. There's lots of different, in this case, a professional coach, a football coach, happens to be coach of the Indianapolis Colts. He always talks about get 1% better today. How do I relate that to my life and leadership journey? What I want to do is have one time per day where I stop and I think, do I have it all? Do I know what I'm doing right now as an absolute? What if this thing that I think is truth was flipped around completely opposite? What would that look like? What would that do for my set of thinking that comes after that? So one thing every day that comes across my desk automatically, I want to stop, and whether it could be something Todd said or Kit or something that I read, or just the interactions on a go-to meeting. Somebody says something, I think I believe that too, but I'm going to challenge myself, and I'm encouraging you. Challenge yourself, one thing, one day. What if it was the opposite? What would that mean to the rest of my thinking? And I think a lot of times we're going to realize, whoa, I just unlearned and relearned.
Exactly. And I guess maybe I can finish by stating I just learned a few minutes ago who my buddy is. So Doug Church, I'm speaking to you. I'm sorry, man. You get me to be your buddy. So you and I get to be paired up here over the next 4 months to learn together. But I'm looking forward to that, Doug. It'll be a good time to do that. And we are practicing our social distancing, even though we don't have masks on. So I know that
He's
in
way
case some
over
of
there.
you are asking, we're 6 feet apart, making sure we do this the right way. I can just tell you that putting a mask on and trying to talk, I can't breathe at the same time. So that's my excuse. So, but looking forward to it and looking forward to the outcome. Thanks, everybody.
And remember, if you don't like this or your buddy, call Kit Alowitz.